HotboyLife podcast, and today we're going to be talking about how a good father leaves an inheritance. So I was born in 1986, and then I think 4 days later, the Shuttle Challenger spacecraft blew up in midair. They had astronauts on there, and they had one black astronaut on there. I don't know what's wrong with America. They put their guards up and say, oh, we don't trust black people because of how we treated them, because how Americans treated black people. So they had one black astronaut, and they kept on using that diagram where they'll separate black people and they will make the majority of any group, whether it's shooting a movie or anything, they'll use one black people, keep them separated, crucify them, make sure that black person doesn't become a Moses or a Jesus. They give Oprah Winfrey millions of dollars, but she cannot feed the black community. So yeah, I mean, it's Judgment Day. What can you do? Today is September the 21st, 2025, and I think it was a lunar eclipse today. So we're talking about how a good father leaves an inheritance. And then my subject is Theodore Jones. That's the name his mom gave him. He tried to change his name to a Bible name, Job Israel. So he changed his own name, then he fought with the court because I guess they didn't allow him to do it. I don't know. Many people say he's a demon and a lunatic. And so it's really crazy because he confessed to know God. But you should know a man and you should know a woman by the fruit that they bear. Everything he do is demonic. Then he run and act like he's a man of God. He beat children. And so I'm a psychology major. Like, I have my associate's degree in psychology, right? So let's look at it. He's a Cancer, right? And I'm getting the most out of this podcast because we're talking about a lunatic, a zero. That means he doesn't act like a normal human. He's untraceable. He's born and raised, he's born and raised in Montgomery, Alabama. And then his family migrated to Chicago, Illinois. And they come to I think they are Robert Taylor. The Robert Taylor Projects. He was on 4425 South Federal. And then 4500. Their family was in the red project buildings south of 47th Street. And so, I don't know he didn't go to elementary school. He speak English though. He speak English. I think when he was a child, he was so bad, they put him on a pedal. They beat him with a pedal. You know what I mean? And the psychology of it, black people were given the slops in America while they were in slavery. God say, you'll suffer in a land that's not your own, and you'll be afflicted for 400 years. So I think he saw his mom get beat on, and then it's nothing special about that. Whether you have an opinion if it's right or wrong that the black woman was beat on, because after the husband beat on her, she go outside and the world beat her. You see what I'm saying? So it's not a real reason to get emotional, because God said you will be afflicted. My situation is, what do you do when life give you lemons? I say, what do you do if life give you lemons? You're going to either stay bitter or you're going to make lemonade. I like to make lemonade. It's already in the Bible. And he said, in the end, I'll bring you out with great substance. So when we look at the psychology of Theodore Jones, he's a Cancer, right? Cancer is a cardinal water sign, fresh water, so they're highly intuitive and sensitive. And so, Cancer is ruled by the moon, and the moon is very important. The moon, Cancer people are Cancer is a motherly energy. Cancer is really motherly. They take care of things, and Cancer has a deep relationship with their mom. So I say all that to say we are decoding a lunatic. Just because you're a Cancer, just because you had a bad life, that don't give you permission to be a demon person. I'm trying to figure this out because we're talking about a good father leaves an inheritance. And so we're talking about no elementary school, he's racist, which is demonic. You cannot be black and be racist against white people. It does not work like that. You know what I mean? Esau is unkillable. You cannot. God has to come down and put Esau in his place. It's not your place to hate anybody, yet alone Esau. Esau is unkillable. Esau is gonna, you know what I mean? God has to come down and check him. So it's a waste of time for a black person to be racist against white people or Caucasian, whatever the fuck that name is, right? And so I'm not angry. I'm making money off this. You leave me with nothing. I'm going to get something out of that. So this is Theodore Jones. So he's in the projects on 45th and between State Street and Federal. So I guess he meet my mom somewhere along the line. The story is messed up. I'm just using the scraps because my mom or my dad does not have a high school diploma. So they leave me with nothing. But by the blessings of God, I become a great person. And this is me becoming something in life. So he has 6 children by my mom in the projects. And then the issue is, I had to watch my mom suffer because he's a lunatic, right? The lunatic things that he done is he don't take responsibility. He got 15 children. And he got 6 by my mom. He destroyed my mom by taking her to court. He won't take, as a man, he won't take responsibility. He take her to court because she won't let him see the children. This is because you broke her heart and you're cheating on her. So I use that as it won't stand up in regular court. That's abuse. When you cheating on somebody, when you lay with them and knock them up with children and you don't take responsibility, your job as a human is to not take punishment. Of course, she don't take the children away as a threat to you, you demon nigger. She don't take them away from you. She trying to show you, yo, you're fucking hurting me. You're hurting the children. You're making them grow up without a dad because you are destroying me. You speak good words to the girl. You speak good words to the woman. And you get her out those clothes. And then you turn into a boy. No. You got to be a man to put your private parts in a woman and make a baby come out of that. This is why, you know what I mean? You're not a man. You're a little girl. You put your hands on me, you curse me out, you steal money from me, you throw my stuff away, you talk about me because I'm educated, you talk about Laverne's children because they are educated, they are police officers. What are you? You're some type of lunatic demon nigger. I promise you are, because I ain't never saw nothing like this. Then he come to the Bishop James Aaron church, he get a reading. The bishop he supposed to be way further than he is in life. He need to get off that high horse. What high horse is that? You speak in English, okay. Now, black people fought to speak English. You know what I mean? Everything is paid for. This 400 years, you will be afflicted. Why you speaking English if you dislike Caucasian people? Why you speaking that language? Where your language at? This shit is weird. You know what I mean? So, he put his hands on me. You know what I mean? He beat my niece and nephew at a church on a Sunday. He picked them up and threw them into a gate really hard. and he didn't go to jail. I guess the church didn't have a camera on it. You know what I mean? So then in 2007, he like rushed me and threw me on the ground because he don't have a driver license, and my mom was driving his car home from church, and it stopped and broke down on the expressway. You know what I mean? So I ain't never saw no dude like that. So he get angry and he take his problem out on me because he didn't raise me. By the blessings of God, I made it. You know what I mean? Because he wasn't the head of the household. He just pop up, try to lay on my mom's bed again. After he already gave her 6 kids, after he already left her and married somebody else and gave her 2 kids, and then he got like a lot of random kids by project girls. And ain't no way in hell you getting away with this. My subject is a good father leaves an inheritance. And in 2005, this is all done because this is the person who had his own security company. And he's in and out of jail, and he's so confident. He's like, when he's locked up, he still send his project prostitutes. He still send them money while he's locked up. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Don't none of this stuff make sense, but I'm just testifying of the things I saw. You know what I mean? So I got an A in high school in my creative writing class because I'm a really good writer. And I do music also. He come in my room one time and just throw all of my stuff away. I'm like, dude, I get good grades in school. This dude a lunatic. Then I say that part to say, how can I prove that? He dropped out of DuSable High School. Reminds you, he grew up in the projects. Why he run? Because the gangs chased him out of school. So he dropped out of school and started selling fish sandwiches. So I don't have no relation with this dude. No elementary school diploma. No high school. I don't know the politics of him. You know what I mean? So my theory of him was he's a cancer, a type of demonic cancer. You know what I mean? So you're not the only cancer. 50 Cent is a cancer. It's a lot of cancers. You know what I mean? God made the universe. God made every energy. There's a million cancers. That doesn't make you a counterfeit human. You're some type of demon. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I mean, I had to watch my mom suffer, and then it got really bad when my mom became Coptic. Thank God for Peter Fox. They went to high school together, even though my mom dropped out. Who knows? He won't talk. You know what I mean? I grew up around it. I'm like, yo, what happened to you? Who are you? Why did you treat my mom like that? He won't answer. He turned into a little girl, running from street niggas and shit. You know what I mean? Oh my God. I could just keep going. Running from street niggas and beating children. So you run from the street niggas, but you beat children? You're going to run from the street nigga and drop out of high school. So what happened with a generational curse, when there's a family tree, if it's unsuccessful, you leave debt. Whether it's financial debt, spiritual debt. You can't do any and everything and have a family and expect it to be successful. Now, the flip side to that, God is everywhere. God is in everything. Sometimes God will anoint a child to make it through those things and still be a success. That's me right there. You know what I mean? He didn't support me in high school. He don't know nothing about it. He was trying to rob me. Like, I get a student financial aid check from Daily College. I come home from school one day, and he got my check in his hand, talking about give him some money. What the fuck type of puss-ass shit is that? You don't get your gay ass out this Section 8 ass house. You know what I mean? So we can't really get into the psychology of my mom because the man is the head of the household. Now, if the head is corrupt, the body is fucked up. So we can't I can't use my mom in this story as an allegory or a story to like use it as a psychology term to like decode her spirit or her mind, because it don't exist when the head of the household is corrupt. You know what I mean? You stuck your private parts in a woman and you ran like a bitch. And you still running like a bitch. You know what I mean? So, think about my mom, and then with the 6 children, we lived in the Robert Taylor Projects, 5135 South Federal, apartment 809, and then we moved to apartment 910. Moved to apartment 910. Even in the projects, with all this debt, no elementary school, speaking English, no high school, he dropped out. You know what I mean? And he still was blessed. That's the other problem about it. He still was blessed to whatever way God blessed him, because God reigns on the just as well as the unjust. That's in the Bible too, and it's proven because he had his own security business while he was in and out of jail. You know what I mean? So, and he chopped anybody down that's doing positive. Like, you're going to go to hell, you're going to burn for it. That's the words that come out of his mouth. So, you know, maybe when I make it to my master's degree in college, I'm working on my bachelor's right now. When I make it to my master's, maybe I can use his story to like put it in the psychology or write a book about this shit, because the world needs to know, watch out for this type of person, or specifically this person, Theodore Jones. I don't even know how old he is. And he's begging me for money, saying I need to take care of him. What the fuck did that come from? It come from not taking responsibility. He's a boy. He's a gay boy, girl, in a man's degree. When you're in a man's degree, that means you have children. You old enough to have a job. You're old enough to pay taxes. You're old enough to be educated, regardless of your ethnicity. That mean, you know what I mean? That's a man degree. Over 18 and 21, you in a man degree, but you have the mind of a boy girl. Because why? Because you do boy girl things. Out there driving around with no driver license, no high school diploma. You're untraceable. What is that? A bottle? That you a bomb that's about to explode like a little bitch. Like a girl. Everywhere you go, you're going to throw your pussy. You know what I mean? That's a girl job. And the man is to make her holy. It's in the Bible. The man governs the woman and make her clean, because she's untamed. You know what I mean? She's unlimited. She can't turn her mind off. That's the man. That's the man's job, is to govern her, to let her be somebody. So you have failed everything. I ain't never saw no shit like that. And he and you know what I mean? So all as a human, all you can do is analyze and make prosperity. So this is a decoded blessing to me, right? I'm looking for, like, when I turned 22, I'm like, yo, this dude has a king leave me nothing. Like, I come up, I'm supposed to be really great. So I got to get it another way. You ain't going to rob me and get away with it. That means you robbed me. You became nothing in your life, and you leave me with debt. You know what I mean? When I get married, you can't come around my wife. You can't come around my children, because you beat my niece and nephew at a church that was designed for the youth. My mom was on revenge mode the whole time, from like dating the drug dealers in the projects, anything that she probably was praying, I hope this nigga come over here. You know what I mean? Out there, you know what I mean? So the psychology of a woman, obviously she was in love. I know one thing about her: she was loyal. She laid in the hospital 6 times and died. A woman should die in childbirth. You know what I mean? So she laid in the hospital 6 times. You know what I mean? So to bring your life in this world. That means you was wearing no condom. Then all them other kids you got out there wearing no condom. You're a fucking boy girl. Amen. You're a boy girl. You're a boy girl. And the rest of it, I don't know yet. It's not as bad as that psychology thing that I learned that guy chopped people body parts up, put them in the freezer and ate them. This nigga, he's somewhere. He in and out of jail. You ain't related to me. I've never been, fights in high school. I was fighting for mine. Fuck that gang shit. I'm graduating. That's my mindset. You can't relate to that. You're not. No. We don't give up. We fight to the end. I don't play that. No. I'm already in the hood. I'm already in the ghetto. You a gang? I don't give a fuck. I am graduating. I fight for what I want in life. That's who I am. So I hope you hear this podcast. I hope somebody invites you to it. He's out there at fake Coptic churches that is not a Coptic church. You know what I mean? He's out there thinking he running shit. You know what I mean? And getting like 30% interest rates on like car loans. They love them dumbass niggas. They be, you know what I mean? That's what the car notes do. That's what the car, as soon as the bank, as soon as they give that car away, the bank pay the dealership, so the dealership then beat your ass. You out there, no driver license, they give you a car, you don't have insurance or a driver license, bro. You're worse than a drug dealer. No. Drug dealers use some type of intelligence every day. They put their life on the line. You're untraceable. You know what I mean? So, you're untraceable. What else I was going to say? Yeah, so my mom, only, you know what I mean? So we did 16 years. I was 4 years old. I was 4 years old in 1990. And I remember we stayed in the projects until like the summer of 2006. So 16 years. So my mom was granted her Section 8. And she get a house on 88th and Princeton. And the only thing, it's a free house, right? Section 8. That's what the government, that's what whatever the gang shit or the afflictions that America produced. We're going to beat your ass and put you in these projects and give you drugs and guns. That's us beating your ass. That's how you got your ass beat. They put you in a project and they send the police over there to chase your ass. You know what I mean? Make you fight and kill each other. That's called an ass whoop. You got your ass beat. So, long story short, only thing the Section 8 require is a few things. Pay the utility. My mom lose it. She lose her Section 8. But guess what the puss-ass baby daddy Demon did? He's in there. He got his own room. Wow, he just, oh my God, I'm so disgusted. That's how you beat and destroy a woman. You lay up with her and you give her children and you never take responsibility. He's in there going home to his wife, sleeping with a lot of project women, you know what I mean? All type of shit. Driving a car without no driver license. You just boiled a demon. That's not godly. It's in the Bible. You know what I mean? Do right in the land for his name's sake. God didn't say be a demon and use his name. Now, if you call God, no matter what type of life you're living, he's such a sweet God. He'll bless you. He'll hear your prayer. That's his word. He's not like man. He cannot lie. But yeah, I'm disgusted because, you know what I mean? Like, I'm getting married soon. And I'm going to start a family. And I had to meditate on these things. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So I had to meditate on these things. Like, this nigga called, what was it, 2025? So I posted on Facebook, God blessed me in 2014 with this banging, amazing model from New York. So I guess the nigga see her on my page. So some gay girl shit. The nigga called my phone like late at night on Valentine's Day on some demon shit. On some jealousy gay shit. Like, yeah, you ain't, you know what I mean, on some hatred shit. That ain't a father. That's not a dad. He's just a demon. So, yeah, I mean, I'm going to get off because I can just keep going. But my message is called on this podcast It's called A Good Father Leaves an Inheritance. And these, it's a million stories out there in the naked. I tried to do an Uber. I was an Uber driver for like a week in New York, and this guy was telling me how his dad like is really rich and wealthy, but his dad did not like the woman he was going to marry. And he said if you marry her, he's gonna cut him out the family will. And so there's a lot of stories out there like that. You know what I mean? Bad parents, demon parents. Then there's I saw a lot of good parents also. I saw some really good parents like, wow, that's amazing. And I got blessed by God. You know what I mean? So people talk about Creflo Dollar, and they talk to psychologists and spiritual counselors or psychics, and they get therapy. But I thank God that I met, somebody showed me like what a MAN is, what you do, what you don't do. That's the only reason why I'm prosperous, because I was able to watch somebody be ahead of the house, you know what I mean? So I thank God for that blessing, because of that blessing, I'm able to talk like this, because I don't want to be nothing like that nigga. That's it, you know what I mean? So I graduated high school. I graduated Richard M.J. Daley College in 2010. I have my associate's degree. I'm working on my bachelor's. I come from the projects. I come from the gutter, because that's where they brought me. Carry to the gates are beautiful. That's where they brought me. And I took in everything. I watched everything, you know what I mean, being cursed out. Watch my mom suffer because she's in love with a lunatic. Amen.
Amen. I'm grateful for the name of Jesus. Wow, because at that name every knee must bow.